What's up, everybody? Apurva Terodkar here, and welcome to the second day of week number 2. Today's topics are intricacies of addressing people and logical structure. So, now let me clear a few things. First of all, what is the meaning of the word intricacies? So, now intricacies means complexities and the complications that arise within. Intricacies, intricate design. So, intricacies of addressing people means the fact addressing people has multiple different levels of complexity. Second, logical structure. So logical structure I'll be talking about the various ways that you can structureize your method of speech and what you're going to talk about. So for example, previous video I showed you a guideline of what you're going to talk about by giving you an example of what I spoke about. Same thing here. So let's start. First of all, intricacies of addressing people. Now, when we talk to somebody, it depends upon how that person is or who that person is that we decide how we are going to talk to that person. So, if it's a friend of yours, then you will be speaking to them in a much more informal tone as compared to somebody who is older than you or who is much more experienced than you or somebody who you have more respect for. Although sometimes you do have respect for a few of your friends, but you don't really show that respect during the conversation. That's because we're friends. So that is a level of conversation. So friendship, non-professional but slightly formal conversations with people based on age and stuff like that. And then comes professional conversations with people. It doesn't matter whether it's age or whether it's the gender or whatever. The professional conversations have a particular standard. Non-professional yet formal conversations also have a standard, and then you have the informal conversations. So the intricacies of that is these are the three stages I'll be talking about, and just to put it easily, I'll be talking about them in very less detail but very properly. So pay attention. First of all, friends and basically informal conversation for everybody. So now the thing is, when you're talking to somebody who is at that level where you're informally talking to somebody, you still need to understand that there are some things or some particular methods of trying to understand the way you can talk to somebody. For example, if I'm talking to a friend of mine and I know that he does not like it when I talk to him about a particular issue. For example, let's say a friend coming to me and he starts talking about politics. I hate politics. I don't like to talk about politics. So if that person is going to constantly, or if that friend of mine is going to constantly try and make me talk about politics, or constantly try to judge me based on the fact that I don't like to talk about politics, then that is a huge misstep on his behalf. Because even though he is a friend of mine, he has no right to choose how I think and how I speak to somebody and how I do something. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is not just about not liking something, but also how you speak to somebody based on a particular topic. So for example, there is a very recent issue that happened about a stand-up comedian. I'm not going to take anybody's name. I'm not going to be taking what the topic was, but just to give you an example of how speech occurs and how people talk about it. Stand-up comedy in itself is an informal method of conversation where people are using relevant information to make jokes about things and trying to bring things into relevant context. So the issue that arose was the fact that one of the stand-up comedians, she took a very sensitive issue. She didn't actually talk about a sensitive issue. She was talking about something that had nothing to do with the sensitive issue. It was indirectly related to that issue, and it wasn't even really an issue. It was more about the pride and the respect for the historical figure that we usually have. So I'm pretty sure people know about this. So that is the thing. So when you're talking about somebody who is so well respected in a region which that person almost built, the historical figure basically practically built. So you need to understand the intricacies of that particular region. So if you're talking to somebody, and agreed, the people in front of you are taking it lightly, but not everybody else is going to take it lightly, especially in a region that respects that person very, very much. Now, agreed, once again, it's comedy, no direct insult was occurring, and plus, more importantly, nobody was even trying to even indirectly insult that historical figure. However, it still remains that people will take anything out of context. Also, it was a 1 year old clip by then. So, people really need to understand that they should not take things out of context. However, that is what I'm saying. In formal conversation, this is how not being proper about what you're talking about might affect things. Second level is the non-professional formal conversation. So that is anybody who is either more experienced than you or more older than you, or basically both. So if it's your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, your more experienced friends, basically anybody, like even the stationers who you go to, stationery shops, the owners of stationery shops, even them. So basically anybody who you respect, who you know has more experience than you or who is older than you. So how do you talk to them? Well, in any case, it might sound weird that I'm teaching you how to talk to somebody, but that is a very, very basic conversational ethic that people need to understand. So when you're talking to somebody older than you, it is quite obvious that even though it's not necessary that somebody has to understand that it is your way of speaking, they expect a particular standard of speaking. So whenever you are speaking to somebody, make sure that you do not take the offensive route. You might think it's not offensive the way you are speaking, but mind you, it is not always the way you think it is, because you think that you are saying something in a much more cheerful way, but sometimes it may come that it may seem that you are coming off as a bit arrogant, or you have a bit of an attitude problem, or basically you are taking something to your ego. So it might seem like that. So you need to make sure that nothing like that ever takes place. Also, when you're talking to somebody who has more experience than you, does not matter what age they are, even if they are younger than you by multiple years, you need to make sure that at that age, whatever appropriate language is to be used, you use that. But remember, don't be stupid. Just because somebody is younger than you but they are much more experienced than you, just going about calling them sir, unless it is a professional environment, is just stupidity, unless you are really friendly with that person, in which case it is kind of acceptable. Now, let's move on to the next category, the next level. So the next level is finally the professional and formal category. So it is basically in a professional environment. So whenever you are in at a job, at an internship, you're doing your own company basically, or anything, professional environment of any sort. So in that case, when you are in such an environment, you need to maintain some ethics. Now, I won't be going into extreme details about what professional ethics are, because that is a completely different course, that is a completely different skill set. But professional ethics means basically you do not, which is actually a common ethical thing, to not judge somebody based on very small things, to make sure that you hear out the person in front of you, to make sure that you do not seem like you are ignoring the person, and to make sure that the person in front of you does not feel uncomfortable because of something you say or do. These are basic things that I've noticed are very important while talking to somebody on a professional level. Now, apart from that, if somebody has experienced something else, that is completely up to you. The comment section is there down below, and the Google Classroom forum is also open. But this is the basic understanding of what it means to be professional. Now, moving on to logical structure. Now, you might have noticed that when I laid out all of the levels and all of that, I had a particular guideline in my head. I knew what I needed to talk about. I knew what particular level I need to talk about it at, and I know how I want to talk about it. And that is what it all boils down to. You knowing what you need to talk about, in what flow you need to talk about, and how you need to talk about it. So, for example, last time I showed you some scripting guidelines. So, that is how it works. You have a flow, you have a layout, and you have a logical structure based on which you are going to talk. Now, last video I did not cover it in much detail, but this video I will be explaining to you how logical structure should be approached basically. So whatever you talk about, whatever the topic of your conversation, or the topic of your video or speech or whatever it is, you need to understand that you need to approach it, but you need to not take too much time. So basically there is a time limit that I feel that people should understand. It's like a 15 to 20 second time limit. If you take more than 20 seconds to actually introduce a particular topic, and if it's not that much important, and if you're taking more than 20 seconds to actually introduce or explain a topic's basic idea, then it is hard for people to catch on. Because if you're taking more than 20 seconds, if I started this video with a very long introduction, if I gave you the history of how addressing people works and all of that, it would have been hard for you to follow along, and more importantly, you would have lost interest, and that is how you lose logical structure. So make sure your introduction to the topic is in 20 seconds, and then take as much of time as you want to explain the topic, as long as you are on point. So for example, if I start talking about this and all of a sudden I'm like, so yeah, I was talking about this thing, but I realized that I watched this movie and all of that, blah, 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 blah. So that will be me going off topic. And going off topic is very dangerous, especially when you want to give somebody your opinion or your point of view. Because when you go off topic, you're making sure that those people also go off topic. That means that your opinion is not being conveyed. So basically, in simple language, तुम्ही जे म्हणताय ते समोरच्याला कळणार नाही. अगदी सिंपल. So make sure that you have very small to the point points, and then finally your conclusion should be in less than 10 seconds. If your conclusion is more than 10 seconds, make sure that your conclusion is also to the point and precise. Otherwise, people will not pay attention to your conclusion. They will leave your conversation before you even reach the conclusion, which is very, very wrong, because your conclusion is what makes your point important. So make sure that you understand that particular point of conversation. So that's it. That's pretty much it. This was a very short video this time, and I've decided to make this make these as short, very small, to the point, precise videos. If you think about it, a shorter video makes your basic, aspect of the whole video much easier to handle, because people will see like, 10-minute video, nice, and they'll watch the 10-minute video. So that's it for this video. I'll give you a summary. Intricacies of addressing people. You have 3 various levels of conversation according to me. You have the informal level, you have the non-professional formal level, and then you have the professional level. So these are 3 levels, and how you interact with all 3 of them is different based on how that person is or what that person is. Things change based on things. There is not one specific format for everything. However, you need to use common sense to handle multiple things. Second, and more importantly, logical structure. When you're talking about something and when you want to talk about something, or when you have a video or a speech or whatever, you need to have a structure that you're going to follow. So if you do not have a structure, if you do not have guidelines to help you out, then it is going to be really hard for you and for the audience to follow along whatever you are saying. That's it for this video. Your doubts will be entertained on the WhatsApp group and the Google Classroom forum. Please make sure you ask your doubts immediately so that I know what to do. Submit your assignments on time, and please make sure that you hit the like button so that I can keep on giving on these videos, because I'm doing this for free and I have no other intention other than to help you. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I'll see you guys later, and I'm really thankful that you guys have stuck with me for 2 weeks. 2 more weeks remaining, guys. Next week will be about aptitude tests. The live session for this week, which is the next video, which will be a live session, by the way. The live session I'll be covering, I'll be taking you group by group. So 7 groups, I'll be having 7 different small live sessions with each group about the reviews they have written. So their assignments, not a lot of people have actually submitted their assignments. In fact, I made 7 groups, each with 4 people in the group, but unfortunately I have received only 7 assignments as of right now, and 28 people submitted their names for the groups, with 55 in the actual group, WhatsApp group. So I don't know what is lacking in any of this, or you guys just don't really care. I don't mind. I got less assignments to check, which is better, because it's really hard to check and grade. I'm sorry, but it's really hard. So that's it. I'll be discussing your doubts and queries in the next video, which will be a live session. That's it. See you guys in the next video.